where they end up in 3-4 years down the road. They can create a lot of value for themselves, guys, and we got a lot of guys who can come in and help us right away. So it's exciting to work with.
DeMeco, besides good football players and good guys, was there a theme to you to what you'd hope to accomplish and kind of the makeup of these guys?
Yeah, we set out to accomplish adding great football players to our team and come in and improve our team, come in and compete, and that's what we did, right? That's always the focus of the draft. That's what we did. We feel really good about this class, fired up to get to work with these guys in a couple of weeks.
You all plan to be active in the undrafted free agents?
Yeah, kind of working through that here a little bit. So, I mean, draft is just over, so a lot of that will come to fruition here over the next, few hours. So, roster spot wise, I think we're after the draft picks, call it 83, 84. So theoretically, it leaves about a handful of spots. So if you go beyond 5 or 6 spots, then if you add more players, then you have to make some decisions about the guys currently on your roster. So we'll take a look at what the opportunities are, and if there's a situation that makes sense, we'll pursue it. If not, then there'll be other avenues like we've talked about, potentially add players to the team.
DeMeco, going back to the combine, you talked about resetting the offensive line. How much does Arante Ursary, his addition, give you someone that can be a cornerstone potentially in the future?
Yeah, Tay, with Tay, we had a guy who brings, that physicality and mindset that I really think helps offensive linemen be good at their job. He's done a great job playing left tackle and still has room to grow and develop, so excited about adding.
Hey, Nick, without asking you about what was on the order of your board, when you look at now getting through, was it pretty true to where you guys ended up, or were there some surprises or some falls?
Yeah, I'd say there weren't too many surprises. As we go through, and we're very, I'd say, diligent and disciplined when it comes to what's the grade. Go back to the report, similar to what we talked about here a little bit last night, regardless of the round. 3rd round, 4th round, 5th round, 6th round, what the grades tell us, and to make the decisions based off that. Go back to our evaluations, look at our coaches' evaluations, what do they thought, who are the players that we like, how do we feel about them, and just make a decision. So honestly, you just kind of follow the dotted line and don't jump outside of what the normal protocol is. So I think we've been very disciplined and consistent since DeMeco has been the head coach, and that's how we approached it. And we feel it's a pretty good formula for us.
How do you feel about the 2 receivers that you graduated with? Jack earlier, also teammates from Iowa State.
Both guys, Jalen and Jalen, terrific men, first and foremost, and got 2 different guys, right? You talk about playmaking ability, Jalen's ability to stretch the field and the deep end of the part of the field, and you have Jaden, just a big target, very similar. I know a lot of people say very similar to Nico and what he's able to do, but you get a receiver his stature and with his catch radius, this opens up a lot of things for us offensively that I know all of our guys are excited about. CJ should be excited about, the targets that he has to throw to.
You all didn't end up adding a third guard. Does that mean you all feel satisfied with the way the room looks as of now, or is that something that you all will look at as a product further down?
Yeah, we'll look at what the opportunities are. Again, offensive linemen come at different sizes. You have guard only, you have center only, you have tackle only, you have tackles that can play guard, guards that can play tackle. So, but honestly, the more you can prove, like we talked about, Titus never played guard before. So we didn't know how good he was going to be until I went in there. And honestly, he's played at a pretty competitive level. So, there's no list that says we need to go find a guard that we talked about last night. If someone can tell me what a need is, or what drafting for need, or what finding a specific player. If you play one spot, you better be really good at it. If you play multiple spots, it creates more opportunities for you. We'll put the 5 best guys out there, whenever we need to play in September.
DeMeco, getting the running back.
You joked yesterday about having all the Jalen's, and then you got another one today. Are y'all gonna have to have some sort of nickname?
We're gonna need some name tags, yes, we will. Was there 7 Jalen, JD, we'll figure it out.
Nick, can you just, Shane played you in the Texan organization. I felt like a high compliment earlier today. Talk about having relationships, because with all the trading going in and out, they were able to execute a deal with you all, and he gave you a high compliment. Obviously, this is a competitive league. Y'all not gonna jump out and go be saying kumbaya with each other. But the fact that you have established relationships that folks can come in, make a deal, but yet you kept the integrity of your draft board like you wanted it.
Yeah, we try to be honest and open in our communication. We're not trying to pull any punches. We have a lot of respect and appreciation for, you know, our opponents and other people in this league that are in our spot. So try to handle our business professionally. I think they know how we operate. We're always willing to listen. We're always willing to have conversations, and we're not pulling any punches. You know, because the minute you do that, you start to sacrifice, you know, what your intentions are. We're pretty straightforward. I mean, I'd say that's where DeMeco and I are pretty similar. We're kind of, you know, cut to the chase. What's the bottom line? And we're not pulling any punches, and we do it in a respectful way. I think we both believe that's the best way to operate, and, you know, the fact that other people feel that way is, you know, certainly we appreciate that, and it's our job. There's reciprocity involved in this league, because you never know when the next situation, the next opportunity is gonna come up. And if you're consistent with your dealings, then they know what to expect when we pick up the phone, or, you know, when the next opportunity presents itself.
One for DeMeco and then one for Nick. Getting a complimentary bag like Woody and his skill set, and for Nick, you talked about programs yesterday, but Rutgers and Iowa, as you got there toward the end, getting players from those schools.
Really like Woody and what he's able to provide. Really like him out in the backfield, catching the football. Really great hands. Really has that ability to make guys miss at the line of scrimmage, and the ability to play behind his pass, play physical. So like the addition of him to our running back room.
Yeah, I'd say you're probably looking at two of the best college football coaches in, you know, arguably in the history of the sport. I mean, what Coach Ferentz has done at Iowa is second to none. So it's similar in some respects to what Coach Campbell is doing at Iowa State. They're kind of like mirror images of one another. I mean, Coach Schiano, obviously has experience in the NFL, but what he's done with the Rutgers program, I think you understand the profile of the players that they're bringing in, and there's certainly a developmental aspect to those programs. They're coached hard, they prepare hard, they compete. That shows up in their play, and so like we have a lot of respect. There's a lot of programs we have a lot of respect for throughout the country, and those coaches, they deserve that.
Generally speaking, we see year after year how guys